A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to the second session of English language. So in the last class, we studied about what is a sentence, what is a phrase, and 4 different kinds of sentences. Today, we'll be continuing with the same chapter, which is the sentence, and we'll be doing the second part of the chapter. But we start with this, we are going to look at the answers for the exercise we left in the last session. And here are the answers. Please check your answers. I hope you all did the exercise on your own. I'm just going to read them out for you. Waiting for them is a phrase. A piece of paper, a phrase. We had a 3-course meal, it's a sentence. Over the moon, it's a phrase. Isn't language learning fun? It's a sentence. Sentences come in many shapes and sizes. It's a sentence. A man in a boat. It's a phrase. I love learning. It's a sentence. So one easy way out to understand the difference between a phrase and a sentence is that a sentence will always begin with a capital letter and will always end either with a full stop, a question mark, or an exclamation mark. And you can see that all the sentences here have the same thing and rest of them are phrases. Before we begin with the next part of the chapter, we will be doing a quick recap of the last session. A sentence is one which makes complete sense and starts with a capital letter, ends with a full stop, a question mark, or an exclamation mark. A phrase is something which makes some sense but not complete sense, like how a sentence does. We studied about the 4 types of sentences: assertive, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. We understood how will we find out which kind of sentence we are dealing with these 3 important points. Assertive and imperative ends with a full stop. Interrogative sentences end with a question mark, and exclamatory sentences end with an exclamation mark. Today we'll begin with the second part of the chapter, which is transformation of sentences. We'll be learning how to convert an exclamatory sentence to an assertive sentence. Exclamatory sentences are those which are full of emotions and their presentation is different from assertive sentences, which are also known as simple sentences. To change an exclamatory sentence starting with what or how to an assertive sentence, we follow certain rules. Let us see what these rules are. Step 1. Replace how, what with it, this, the, he, or she. Step 2. You add a helping verb or an auxiliary verb. Step 3. You add a word to suggest the force of the sentence. So words like very, so, really, such as, exceptionally, which shows that something is very, very pretty or beautiful. So basically it is to stress on the adjective. Step 4. We keep the original main words intact. We don't change them at all. Step 5. Replace the exclamation mark with a full stop. So you all have seen the steps, but now let us try and understand them using an example. We'll be using the example, how unfortunate, which is an exclamatory sentence. The answer to which is, it is very unfortunate, which is an assertive sentence. We'll be seeing every step one by one. It here is in replacement of how, which is step 1. Is step 2. It is a helping verb. Very is step 3, which is giving force on the adjective. Unfortunate, step 4. It was the main word in the sentence, so we haven't changed it at all. Step 5. Replacing the exclamation mark with a full stop. Let us look at some examples. What a beautiful painting! An exclamatory sentence. It is such a beautiful painting. An assertive sentence. How unfortunate! It is very unfortunate. How fast he runs! He runs so fast. What an amazing day! It is an exceptionally amazing day. What a pretty dress! It is a really pretty dress. How charming you look! You look very charming. I hope you all have understood all the steps and are able to convert an exclamatory sentence to an assertive sentence. I want you all to test yourself using this worksheet. I'm going to read out the sentences for you. What a beautiful house! How difficult the question is. What a fine evening! How wrong I was! What a shame! How tall she is! What a pleasing sight! How amusing the situation is! What a sharp-eyed detective Sherlock Holmes was! How cold and scary the night is! So all these are exclamatory sentences beginning with what or how, and you have to convert them to assertive sentences. You all can use a sheet of paper or a notebook for your English worksheets, and these worksheets will be checked by the teacher as soon as you join the school again. In the next session, we'll start with subject and predicate, which is the second chapter of our English language. You all can drop in your doubts in the comment section below. And thank you for your patience. Have a nice day.